My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice and tax defense for 4 decades, representing people. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. I began making these videos a couple years ago when I found out there were a lot of people on YouTube that didn't know what they were talking about, and I figured I'd give this a shot to so people wouldn't get ripped off. Number 2, I could give people inside information, and 3, many of the time there's the black cat. Be very, very careful. Don't walk under a ladder, so you don't get ripped off. I tell you, inside information is to educate you. Those are the reasons that I do this video. If I have been on national TV a lot of times, you can go to my website at 777irs.com and you can look at all. I think there's about 10 or 15 videos there. Anyway, I have a whole team of former IRS agents. If you need us, you can just look in the description section below. You may or may not know that if you haven't filed back tax returns, IRS only wants the last 6. That actually surprises many, many people. And many people ask me, how is it I've never filed or I haven't filed in 20 years? Why does IRS only want the last 6? First of all, you should know there's an IRS policy statement 5-133. I try to get that information out there so we can get people back in the IRS system. You only have to file the last 6 years. They can go back, in rare exceptions, they can go back more, but for the most part, they're only going to go back 6. Why is that? Well, there's a couple reasons. IRS only keeps your information on the system for 6 years. Their computers aren't large enough at this time to hold more information, so 6 years is what they want. And number 2, and more important, they have found out that getting information past that is almost useless, and if you owe tax, they're not going to collect the money because it's astronomical. So IRS has made a business decision, in fact, why they only want 6 years. So the fact that their computers can't hold more information, and by the way, if you want your information about your wages and income, just go to irs.gov, pull up your transcripts. There's 4 different types of transcripts, and you'll see all the information, in fact, that is on there about your history. It's only going to go back 6 years. But IRS has determined 6 years enough. So if you need to get your tax returns filed kind of worry-free, all you got to do is either file them yourself. The advantage you have of somebody doing that is, for me, if you were to contact me, I know exactly how I'm going to close this case. I mean, your case is going to close with a hardship, a payment agreement, or the filing of a settlement to end your case through the offer. So when you file your returns, you'll want to know where this case is going. You just don't want to file them because one day you're going to get a bill unless you've been a W-2 wage earner. So what a professional will do for you is they're going to know your exit strategy. They'll handle all the representation, so you're not going to have to worry. The other thing you're going to have to do if you're not a W-2 wage earner or you're self-employed, you're going to need to get someone to help you with the reconstruction to prepare your returns. Many people who are self-employed have sketchy records, and usually a professional will know what percentages to put down for certain things and be able to reconstruct your returns. So just know you only have to file the last 6 years and get back in the system, because at some point IRS is going to knock on your door. Don't know when, maybe when they hire these more IRS agents, but at some point you're going to need to get those tax returns filed, and it's better to do it on your terms than IRS's terms. If this information was helpful, please, if you would, leave me a subscription. That's really helpful. We do this for YouTube purposes. When you subscribe to someone, YouTube feels that you have value. I don't know if you know that, but that's really helpful to everybody. Give me a like if you have a comment. You don't like the hat, you don't like Molly the cow behind me, you can just leave any comment you want. I do appreciate your time. You want me to do a YouTube on something, just hit me up. Thank you very much. And by the way, my YouTube is under 5 minutes. Way to go, me.